Recording has
Oh, is it
started.
Okay, welcome to Lab 15, question 1A. If the two industries have similar costs, then the price in industry H must be higher than industry L for profits to be higher in industry H. For B, the value of industry H needs to be higher than the value of industry L. C, if labor and capital are moved from industry L to industry H, low-value goods are given up and high-value goods are gained. D, the costs in industry H must be less than the costs in industry L if the prices are the same between the two industries. E, a unit of output in industry H must require fewer units of capital and the labor if the costs in industry H are lower. F, fewer units of output are given up in industry L than are gained in industry H if labor and capital are moved from industry L to industry H. Question 2. Capital will flow from the pizza industry to the calzone industry since the calzone industry is more profitable than the pizza industry. This means that capital will be more efficiently used in the calzone industry.
For question 3, part A, we are asked to fill in the table of the total costs at each firm of producing each level of output between small co and big co, and this is given by the table here. For part B, it asks us what's the cheapest way to make 11 tons of steel, and that would be 7 tons from big co and 4 tons from small co. And for 5 tons, that would be 4 tons from big co and 1 ton from small co. For part C, it asks what will be the price in the competitive market in this situation, and total cost for 11 tons would be given by this formula here, which would lead to the price of 1 ton of steel being $20.91. And for 5 tons of steel, the price per 1 ton would be $10. Then for part D, it asks what is the low-cost producer, and that would be Big Co. And it also asks whether it would be a good idea to remove the high-cost producer, that is Small Co. But this would not be a good idea because Small Co can still produce steel at a lower price in some situations. That would be Small Co's first ton versus Big Co's fifth ton. So if Small Co was shut down, then the price of steel would increase as long as the quantity was 5 tons or more. And for part E, it asks what is the total cost if Big Co was the only producer of making 7 tons of rolled steel. That would be $130. And the marginal costs if Small Co and Big Co let Invisible Hand divvy up the work between them. The marginal cost would be $20 and the total cost would be $90. For question 4, if demand rises in industry X, then so too would its profits. That would be for part A. For part B, when this happens, firms, workers, and capital will tend to enter into industry X because of increased demand and profit. So this would tend, for part C, this would tend to increase short-run supply because more people want to be in the market. And for question D, in the long run, the profits and prices would be unchanged. This is because the demand increase is counteracted by the supply increase, keeping the prices and profits unchanged.
For question 5, it asks us to take a look at the graphs and create a table based on the quantity and marginal cost. So we have the tables on the next slide. We just have, so for each of the quantities, we have marginal cost that is equivalent to that based on the graph. And then if you go back, the question asks which firm produces the first unit of output, of industry output, and that's going to be firm 1 because it has the lowest marginal cost to produce 1 unit. And then it asks which firm produces the second unit, and that's going to be firm 2 because firm 2 has the lowest marginal cost after the first quantity because firm 1 would produce the second unit with 10 versus firm 2 producing the first unit with 9.
So for question 6, part A, we are told that the number of firms in the market is 24. So using the equation for the market supply and the market demand and attributing them to and making them equal to each other, we're able to find out that the equilibrium price is 20 using the method that has been shown on the slide. So using the fact that the equilibrium price is 20, we can find the individual supply of each firm, and then use that to find the average cost. Using all those, we're able to find out the profits of each firm would be $7.05. According to the elimination principle, the profits each firm enjoys will fall until it reaches zero over time as more firms continue to enter the markets. And then for part B, we are told that the number of firms in the market is 35. So using the same methods highlighted in part A, we're able to find out that the equilibrium price is $15 and the average cost is $17.10. This will give us as a profit that each firm has will be negative $4.20, which basically means that each firm is making a loss of $4.20. In this case, the equilibrium principle dictates that the profit of each firm would rise to zero over time as firms will begin to leave the market due to the losses that they incur. And then for part C, we are told that in the long run, the average cost will be equal to the price. You will use the equations given above to solve for price, giving us a price of $17. And then assuming equilibrium, we would attribute the market supply to the market demand, giving us that N, which is the number of firms in the market, to be 30 firms. Therefore, there will be 30 firms in the market in the long run. So this has been our lab. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.